Hi, how have you been? Hope you are doing great. The last episode was a vibe. I love being here. I love being here. It is amazing to be here with you, with all of you. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for listening to the last episode. I have a story. Some of the madness that I have experienced in my life as someone that is queer, that is gay, from Nigeria, that is Igbo, and all the madness. My dear, I am so tired. My week has been wild, widely busy. Let me tell you something. Adulting is hard work. It is hard work. This is the conversations I have with my niece and my nephew all the time. My niece will be like, I want to be an adult so I can start doing this. My nephew will be like, I want to be an adult so I can have my own place. I will do things and nobody will tell me what to do. My dear, I will always say to them, there is no need for you to rush into adulthood. Enjoy your life. These kids do not understand that if you are a child, they are all undergraduate students. Your problems are solved somehow because your bills are paid. You speak to your mama, you speak to your daddy, you speak to your uncle, and you get some things, and you feel like life is easy, and they feel like money is easy. Anyway, I'm just going and going and going. I digress. I have shared this before. I can't remember if I've shared this on any of the episodes, but if I have, then I'm going to share it again. So when my brother started suspecting that I'm gay, he started to move mad. I'm surprised that he never knew all my life because it was evident. Not because of my mannerisms, but because of certain things that I did and the things that I like. And if you have a child in your life or anyone in your life, if you know them, there are certain things that you will tend to notice. I am so surprised that he did not know this. But my oldest brother said certain things to me a few years ago where he was like, why is it that you always come to people in this very soft manner and good manner? That's very gay, something like this. I don't know why he said that, but he said that to me. I don't know if he remembered or remembers, whatever. That is not my business. I don't fucking care. So my brother now said to me a few crazy things that I don't want to share here, and I said things back. But what was so funny was he called my older sister and said to my older sister, Charles is now friends with gay people. That I am now friends with gay people. My sister called. She was so upset. She was like, so are you now gay? Are you friends with gay people? Why are you friends with gay people? Yada 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 yada. And I'm like, no, I am the gay people. I am not friends with gay people. I am gay and I don't care. I am gay. So we had these conversations. We had the conversations and it wasn't okay for her. She was not happy. She was like, are you being serious? I said, yeah. I'm gay. I'm gay. So the conversation went into a stage where I said, do you want me to unalive myself or something? Why are you speaking to me crazy? What are you trying to say? And after the conversation, she hung up and then called me back and said, I hope you are not going to do something bad to yourself. And I'm like, no. One thing I pride myself with, because of the strength that I have, I am very strong willed. I am strong willed because I will tell you this. If it wasn't for the type of person that I am, the things that I have gone through because of my sexuality, the things that have been said to me, especially by some of my relatives, without realizing what they are doing, maybe I will not be here. Because little things that you are told can be horrible. Does that make any sense? So when they tell you things without actually God, without actually realizing that it is hurtful. Say for instance, when people are making certain jokes, they will be like, oh, we are joking, we are joking. But sometimes jokes can actually be true. You know what I mean? They can be true because at the end of the day, why are you saying things that does not make any sense? Like you're making fun of someone. At the end of the day, you are speaking to a human being. You know what I mean? I internalized a lot of rubbish that affected me mentally as a child. I took those nonsense into my adulthood. So I said to her, no, Charles is the gay people. I am the gay people. I am gay. I am friends with gay people and I'm gay. And that went on and on and on and on. My sister-in-law as well. All of them were going to my sister to make sure that my sister never supports me. But she continued to support me. It got to a point whereby, because of the things that some of my family members were talking and telling her, she was like, maybe you should just, for us to have peace, can you just maybe not do as much? And I'm like, no, hell to no. I am going to live my life because it's about my joy, it's about my happiness and all of these things. Okay? Today's episode, I haven't introduced myself. Welcome to the show, have I? I'm not quite sure. If I haven't, then let me introduce myself again. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Charles. My name is Charlie Boy. I am Charles. Yes, always. So, we are going to be talking about queer joy because why not? Why will you not be joyful and happy in your queerness, being LGBTQIA? Why will you not be happy with that? So, we are going to be talking about finding happiness and celebrating our wins in a world that tries all the time to dim our light. They try all the time to dim our light. They try all the time to tell you that who you are is not valid, that who you are is a sin, that who you are is a taboo, and all of these things. So, yes, queer joy. That's what we are going to be talking about. And as well, I had a conversation with my partner, my man, that I posted on TikTok as well. But I'm going to add that on these conversations for you to listen to because these conversations are important and this is going to be at the end of the episode. So, yes. So, last episode was mainly about struggles and resilience and all of these things. And we are going to be celebrating our joy because a lot of people think that because of you are a gay man that you shouldn't be happy. Because you are a lesbian man, a lesbian woman, a trans woman or trans man that you should not celebrate your wins, that you should not be happy with who you are, that you should just continue to cry and be miserable and hide and not be authentically happy and just not ask and not tell and things like this. No, that is not our portion. We are here because at the end of the day, we exist. Because we exist, we are going to continue to live. At the end of the day, we are all humans. It is about humanity. Some of the things that you hear all the time where they say to you that God did not create gay people, God did not create queer people, all of these things does not make any sense to me because what they want you to do is for you to believe that who you are is bad, and for that matter you should not celebrate yourself, you should not be happy, you should not express yourself in the way you want to express yourself. And the reason why this happens, especially with a lot of gay people, I said the other time that it's about 97 about 80% of gay people, but I was having conversations with people the other day, and someone was like that they think it's about 97% of queer people who struggle with internalized nonsense that we've been taught. So, which means you should not be joyful, you should not celebrate your wins, you should not be happy, you should not say that I am gay, I am a lesbian, I am a trans woman, I am a trans man, I am LGBTQIA plus with my full chest. That makes them uncomfortable. That makes them uncomfortable. And that should not be your place. You should live your life and lead your life authentically the way you want to live your life. Do not apologize to anyone. I have said this so many times. Never, ever, ever seek permission where you are never, ever going to get it. I do not need permission from anybody. So should you. You don't need their validation and things like this. I I'm saying this because of my personal moments of happiness and self-acceptance. That did not happen overnight. That did not happen for me overnight. That took a lot of time to get here. One of the things was I grew up in Nigeria. So I will just give a backstory here. I grew up in Nigeria, specifically somewhere called Kano State. Went to primary school there, went to secondary school in Enugu, went to University of Maiduguri, and then I found myself in Manchester studying for postgraduate. And I never came out to anybody. I was living my life. I was okay with who I am, but I had a lot of grief. There was a lot of sadness about who I am in the sense that I wasn't able to live my life authentically. There was always that thing at the back of my mind that did not allow me to be myself. And all of those things were the things that I was taught, the things that were said in front of me, the things that older people said over the years. And I was in shackles. I still got to the UK. I wasn't still able to express myself in the way I wanted. The friends that I was making as well in Manchester were friends that were gay, but were struggling with who they are, who do not want to say that they are gay. I remember a particular friend said to me, once you come out, you will never be referred to as anything aside from you being a gay man. And that will be your label for the rest of your life. Those conversations did not help. They did not help. And coupled with the fact that my brother lives in the UK as well, and I kept always feeling like someone is going to know and tell him. I don't know why I was thinking that. I was so fucking stupid thinking about that now, looking back. But you don't know, do you? You don't know. So what happened was I started going to gay places. The first time I went to a particular place that there were a lot of gay people, I felt so overwhelmed. And I started to work on myself. I started to tell people that will normally not know anything about me. I started going into queer spaces, even when it made me uncomfortable. That was a process for me to get to self acceptance. So I started doing these things. Gradually, those nonsense started to melt away. They started melting away. I started feeling a lot lighter. I started feeling freer. At this point in time, I started making friends. That was when I started having the problems I was having with my brother because he was noticing certain things that I did not care about. And therapy helped as well. The therapy was a few years later. I remember the first person that I told that wasn't gay, actually, that I told that I was gay. We had conversations that I cried. I mentioned this in the last episode, I think, and I cried. So my self-acceptance started from me telling people that we're not gay. I just did not care. I started telling people, and that's where we are today. Will I say to you that it has been easy? No, it gets easier, it gets better, but it is a constant battle, especially when you come from a place like mine, which is Nigeria. And in my situation, in my family, the hierarchy of my family, I am the last child. You know what I mean? I am the last child in the sense that everyone feels like they can lord it all over me. So that was something that I internalized because I wasn't able to speak my mind. I wasn't able to challenge anyone because they were a lot older than me. It wasn't like 2 years gap. They were a lot older than me. That was not easy, but I stood up to them. I did. Finding self-acceptance is something that a lot of people find difficult to do. For me, I kicked the door open. I kicked the door open when it comes to my self-acceptance. It was just like I was working on the process to get there. All of a sudden, one day, it was one day for me. It was one day I said to myself, Charles, hell to the no. You are going to be yourself. You are going to live your life. You are going to accept yourself. If someone doesn't want to be in your life, let them go. And that is how it started for me. I am happy that I did that. I did that for myself. I became really, really happy. It was like a heavy weight of load was lifted off my shoulder. A lot of people come to me, especially on social media, they say to me, well, what did you do? How did you know? When the time is right for you, it will just be as clear as water. It's like coming out as well. A lot of people will know. And why I'm saying this is that for my self-acceptance, I had a lot of friends that were gay and I was just like hiding all the time. I got tired. I got tired of not accepting who I am, of not being truthful to myself, of not telling people when they say to me, why are you not married? Why are you single? Why don't you have a girlfriend? I'll be like, oh, marriage is antiquated. I got tired of telling those lies. I just said to them, the first person that asked me, aside from my friend, that I actually had a heart-to-heart conversation, now I'm remembering. I said to them, nah, I'm gay. The person was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm gay. I'm gay. Let me not lie to you as well. I feel like because of the way our people have been brainwashed, and me as well, because all my life I felt like who I am was okay until I heard people say that it's bad. But I think I internalized a lot of nonsense because I was raised Catholic and I just went with it. My journey to self-acceptance is so higgy and haga because sometimes I feel like I'm where I am, that I've gotten there, and then something happens, I coil back in, and then it got to that point, I was like, no, 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 that's not going to happen. And I will not lie to you. I am so peaceful. Being peaceful is one of my major success in life at this point in time. Because after I walked through this, and I'm not going to lie to you, I still do therapy from time to time. It's not on a regular basis, but I do. Because I have a lot of things that I need to speak about that if I allow myself and I'm in the same vicinity as some of these people, we are going to be tearing singlets. And the best thing for me to do is to go to therapy and speak to a therapist about these things and unpack them because I don't want to be fighting anybody because I have been done wrong on so many levels. Do you know that even as I am today, being gay and all the struggles that I have gone through with who I am, do you know that it's only 2 people outside of my family that has actually really sat down with me and said to me, how are you? No, 3 people as well. Actually, 3 people. I take that back. Sorry. 3 people have actually asked me, how are you? How are you? Are you okay? It must have been very difficult for you. Talk to me. How are you? This is not a luxury that I had. So it can be difficult. I am strong. I am resilient. I rise all the time. I'm persistent. That's why my self-acceptance occurred for me because I got to a point where I said no. And that may be the same for you. For everyone, it is different. It is. But what I'm going to say to you, for you to get to a place where you have self-acceptance, like the way it happened for me, I was at peace with myself. I made peace with who I am. Making peace with who you are is going to be the best thing that you do for yourself. And that will allow you to get to your self-acceptance. If that makes any sense. Peace of mind. You know, the way I am today, I don't mind kissing a man in front of 20 million people. I can kiss a man in a market. I can hold a man's hand on the streets of Manchester, on the streets of New York, on the streets of London, on the streets of Berlin. I can't do it in Lagos because people will just do madness. But if Nigeria was okay, I will. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. And not being ashamed of who you are, understanding that who you are is not a taboo, understanding that who you are is not a sin, understanding that you are a human, understanding that you are wonderful, amazing, will make your self-acceptance easier. And there is joy in that. The power of finding love, community, and self-expression is important as well. I'm not saying that everybody needs to find love, but we deserve love. That doesn't have to be a love where you are in a relationship with somebody. Love can come in so many ways. They can be from your sisters, from your uncles, from your mom, from your dad, from your friends, from a partner. They can be platonic. Community is important. Self-expression. I do this all the time. I express myself. Do you know the number of people that have come to me and said to me, oh, you're doing too much? And some of them are gay people. Some of them are lesbians. And I will ask them, why do you think that I'm doing too much? Do you know what the problem is? They are fighting with not accepting themselves. They are fighting with internalized homophobia. They are fighting with society. Some of them actually are fighting with religious delulu. They are not in touch with reality because self-expression is who you are. My dear, if I love a bag, I'm going to buy a bag. If I love a fragrance, I'm going to buy it if I like it. If I love a skirt and I feel like that's what I want to wear today, I'm going to wear it. For anyone that is gay, that is queer, whether you are masculine presenting, feminine presenting, you are a trans woman, a trans man, whatever it is that you like, that you love, do it. If you are a man that loves to wear makeup, wear it. There's nothing wrong with self-expression. I don't wear makeup, but I will watch it. I love it. I love my guys when they do what they want to do. Because I am someone that will never, ever in a million years dim your light. I will never do that. Because it is not a good thing to happen to anybody. The young child that I am, the things that I was told, you shouldn't do this because a man is not supposed to do that. You know, I said this in the last episode. I don't know if I did. I think I did. Because I grew up where I will see someone, because I've always loved fashion. I will see women, I will see anybody, I was like, oh my God, your clothes is beautiful. You look nice. Blah, blah, blah. I like this. And my brother will say that that's things that women do. Do you know how that made me feel? Do you know how that made me feel? So because I know how this feels, I don't want you to feel like that. I don't want you to feel small. I don't want you to feel like you are not valid. You should understand that it is important to express yourself however you want to express yourself. Do it. If you are in a community, in a society where you cannot do that, you can express yourself in your bedroom. You can express yourself in your compound. Do it. I want to let you know that that there is power and importance in creating joy for queer people, for LGBTQIA plus individuals in a world that is often centered, that often centers queer pain. The world centers queer pain. If you think I'm lying, think. I give you some time, think. Look around you. When someone expresses themselves, they will tell you, why are you acting like a woman? You are a man. Because these things are connected. A man who is misogynistic is homophobic, is transphobic. So the world, the way it is, especially the way it is now, even more so, is centered around queer pain. They want you to be angry. They want you to be sad. They want you to be miserable. They want you to just do it, but do it in silence. Do it in silence, not to express yourself. They want to see you suffer. They want to see you see yourself as not being a human being. They want your life to be in pains. That is why when you are expressing yourself like I do on social media, they come and insult me. People go as far as saying to me that if you sleep tonight, you're not going to wake up tomorrow. These are the people who call themselves Christians, religious people. Why do you wish queer people evil and harm? Why? I'm going to wait. Answer that. Why? Why? Because they want you to be sad. Look at me. My identity, who I am an Igbo man. I am black. I am from Nigeria. I am gay. I am from Anambra State. I am from Njikoko local government area of Anambra State. I am everything they think I shouldn't be. But one thing they don't understand is that we are not a monolith. Why are you centering your madness about queer people? Why do you want us to be in misery? Ask yourself that question. Because whether you like it or not, we are going to continue to be here millions and thousands of years before you and I existed, where people have always been here. I have said this consistently to some of you, especially some of you that are black people. I mean black people everywhere, and some of you that are higgy and haga with no common sense. Our culture has always been centered around our spirituality, actually operates on duality, balance, and fluidity, meaning that if you are queer, gender non-conforming, you are seen as spiritually powerful. Look at all the inventions. Majority of them are by queer people. So stop creating this nonsense. I'm going to tell you, create joy for yourself. Be in community of people that will make you feel amazing as a queer person. That is why I love the community that we are creating here, be it on this podcast, be it on Instagram, be it on YouTube, be it on TikTok, my website, my Facebook. I love it for us. We will continue to amplify queer voices. Can we just talk about how society frames queer narratives? How they fear, how they, I say fear, oh my God, what is wrong with you, Charles? Why is it that sometimes I'm speaking, I'm trying to bite my tongue? I won't bite my tongue in nothing big. Do you know that song? Candy Bearers. When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. When you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. I won't bite my tongue in nothing. Oh God, I love Candy. Candy. Oh yeah. Don't mind me. I went on a tangent there. You know, like how society frames queer narratives. It is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. There's overrepresentation of struggles, rejection, and trauma in LGBTQIA plus stories. They try as much as possible to make it look like being gay is something that is bad. They want you to be traumatized. Why? 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 Have you seen some of the things that are shown? I remember, actually, this was on TikTok Live a few months ago. This mumu, this onion zuzu, this ewu came and was like, look at you. Why are you gay? That you should just go and die. That everything about gay people has to do with HIV, blah, blah, blah. All of you are sick. All of you are mentally ill. I sat down. I was listening to him. One thing with me is that I will allow you to spill all your nonsense from your seasoning barren mouth and your unwashed mouth. And he said all of these things. And there I sat, I was thinking, this guy, this narrative, and the way he thinks is not only him, this is something that he has learned from society. And he thinks it's okay to do so. He thinks it's okay to be mean and say all of these mean things. And some of them are lies. So they come with all of this nonsense because they feel like gay people are not supposed to be happy and that you should live in struggles. So they pick all of these struggles, right? They don't see the good things. Even when they see the good things about queer people, they would think that you do something bad to get the money, which means that there's something that gives you money. Like some of them that come from Africa would think that is about voodoo. You get what I'm saying? It is all negative, even when there is positivity in that. They still have a negative connotation to that. It's weird. It is weird because I don't understand the reason why some of these people feel like they can just come and speak to us crazy. Why do you overrepresent queer struggles and rejection and our trauma? Why? Why? Let me tell you. I will explain to you why you have to be happy. Because one thing you should know is that queer joy and thriving are radical acts of resilience. They are. I would tell you this as an example. You know the people who come on my TikTok live. Sometimes I have like 464 people. The maximum I've had recently was 464 people because my joy, my queer joy, my LGBTQIA plus joy is a radical act of resilience. And they see me, it makes them angry because why are you here being fab, being juicy, thriving, being happy? Why are you here? Why are you not crying? I'm there pouting, doing all of these things. Sometimes I overdo it anyway. I just do it. I just put that act. You know what I mean? But stay with me here. But the fact that they see me, that I'm here, living my life, being authentically me, unapologetically, my God, they'll feel horrible. Because that's what it's meant to be. That is what it's meant to be. That is what it's meant to be. Let me tell you, breaking free from victimhood narratives and embracing the beauty of queer existence is what you are supposed to be doing. Break free, embrace the beauty of queer existence. My dear, what are you going to do? You are born queer. You are born gay. You are born a lesbian. You are born a homosexual. You are born a trans person. You are LGBTQIA plus individual. Break free. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. They want you to be. They want you to be. They want you to be. Because they try to coin this victimization in such a way where it will put you in your place. They want you to be like this, small, shrink. No. Embrace the beauty of queer existence. Embrace it. Embrace it. We are powerful. We are unique. We are fab. We are amazing. Who we are is so special. It's so special. Look around you. The most intelligent people you see around you are queer people. Come back to me if I'm lying. Queer joy and thriving are radical acts of resistance. Break free. Break free from victimhood narratives. Embrace the beauty of your queer existence. Please, 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 and please. We love us for real. Yes. You know, because I see this happen all the time. You know, I see this happen all the time. I see this happen all the time. I have a friend that is going through hell because of who they are. And because of the way we've been raised up, especially in Black homes, in African homes, people of African descent, we have this in common. A lot of us, especially because of religion, sometimes you can be in a situation where you start to think that who you are is wrong, and you start to think that because of things are not working for you, that things are not working for you, sorry. That things are not working for you because of your queerness, because of you are gay, because of you are a lesbian. And I had this conversation with a friend, and he was like, I am where I am today, and things are not working for me because of I am gay. That's a victimhood mindset. Because now you're seeing yourself as a victim because they've made you to feel that you are a victim. I don't know if this makes any sense. Maybe this is wrong for me to use this as an example, but you know what I mean? They just want you to feel like things are horrible for you, that you are not a human being, and that everything bad is going to happen to you because of your sexual orientation. And this friend was feeling this way. And I said to them, let me tell you, not having opportunities, being poor, and all of these things doesn't have anything to do with your sexuality. Being sick or not being smart at the same time, all of these things has nothing to do with who you are. That when your time comes, it's going to happen to you. There is a saying my mother used to say in Igbo language, "Uwamwede kama." The direct translation for this is that some people achieve things late in their life. Some people, it happens for them early. There is no time for you to have success. And I said to him, maybe it is not your time. And I feel like it is horrible for us as queer people to feel like we are victims because we are not. Of course, people can see you somewhere because you are queer and victimize you. And if that happens to you, say in a workplace, in an environment where you can raise a grievance and report them, then you take it up, especially if you live in a society where that can be dealt with, like work discrimination and homophobia and transphobia and things like this in a workplace, in a society like, say, the UK, the United States, Germany, Spain, Canada, Australia, and places like this. Do you know what I mean? So in that situation, that's different. We had this conversation for a very long time, and that really, really broke my heart. And he still feels that way. And he is not at a place where he is at peace with himself. Because I have said to him that one thing you need to do, you need to start working on yourself. Because I have said so many things to him. He was one of the people that said to me, "You are doing too much." But he is suffering from internalized homophobia. And I'm giving him grace. I always say that the ancestors is guiding him. I said that to him, in as much as that he doesn't believe in that because he believes in the only God that you can worship and pray to is God of Abraham. I don't know, but people believe in what they believe in, you know? Anyway, let's go into ways to cultivate queer joy because that needs to be said. I am not an expert in this because I just don't know how, but I do it in my own best way. And that has really, really helped me. Finding safe spaces and affirming relationships can really, really help. So, for instance, I was just talking about my friend. Me having those conversations with him is helping. I know where he was a few years ago is not where he is now, but it is better than where he was before. So finding safe spaces like joining social groups, even WhatsApp groups, TikTok lives of queer people, Instagram lives, YouTube lives, and groups like this can really, really help in cultivating queer joy. Because then what happens is you start to see people that are like you who are living their lives authentically, unapologetically, and you will see that there's joy in that you are not alone, that there are people like you, and that you can express yourself unapologetically. And being in community with people like you that are joyful and are happy and that are comfortable in their own skin will help you to flourish. It will help you to be amazing because you are exploring self-expression through fashion, art, and personal style can help as well. I will use myself as an example. Boy, I love fashion. I love it. I love to dress up. I know I'm weird like this. I've said this to a friend of mine. I remember one time in Manchester on Saturday like this. I just got ready, dressed up, sprayed my perfume, and then sat down, ordered the Chinese takeaway. They delivered it to me. I sat down, looked fab, and ate my food. I know it was weird, but that's the way I felt that day. Like, I believe that expressing yourself through art, personal style can be amazing. Like, for instance, if you're someone that draws and things like this, you can draw artworks that brings you peace, or you go to art exhibitions and things like this, even where art exhibitions, because in this part of the world, you can do that. So expressing yourself through fashion, buying the things that you like to wear can help. And expressing yourself through fashion and style doesn't mean that you have to break the bank. My dear, it is called thrifting. I'm not going to lie to you. You can literally use like 30 pounds, $30, $40, or 40 pounds or 50 euros or something like this and buy good clothes that you will wear. And people will be like, where did you get this? This can help you cultivate queer joy. It can help you celebrating milestones, big or small, and reclaiming your happiness. I know being happy is not really a habit, but you can cultivate situations around you that will allow you to be happy all the time. Celebrate milestones, as I said, small or big. I feel like a lot of times we tend to create milestones that are huge. And when we don't achieve them, when we don't achieve them, we will be sad. But for instance, as I said earlier in the podcast, I said that I think one of my biggest success, I haven't really thought about this until I was listening to a podcast and someone said this, that one of my biggest success is my peace of mind. And let me not lie to you, I'm not extremely good at this, but I'm getting better at celebrating every of my wins, whether it be small or big. Like one time, my nephew said something to me that was amazing. That's a win. But I just was like, oh, just go. He said to me, oh, when you get old, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah," because he's so happy, blah, blah, blah. He's so happy the way I treat him and how I'm always there, giving all the best advice and otherwise and all of these things. And he was really, really happy with that. There's somebody in my life that I know that I met them when they were very, very young. And I did a lot of things that I didn't even know that I did. And one time I was having conversations with them and they said that to me. And I'm like, I didn't know that I was doing all of these things. I just did these things because I felt like it's the right thing for me to do. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what your wins are, celebrate them. Milestones can be you having good food at home. It can be you just waking up every morning. Let's just see it that way, that you wake up every morning. Waking up every morning can contribute to that on how you feel. Just find something to celebrate. I can't really point anything to use as an example of a milestone because for some reason I just can't think right now. It's so weird. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Disconnecting from negativity and embracing self-care can enhance your queer joy. Let me tell you, have you seen my social media? I don't look at the comments. Can you see how people speak to me? I don't care about negative nonsense. Anyway, I know that because of the way things have, because of the way life have, oh God, what is wrong with you, Charlie? Because of the way life has been unkind to me in some respects, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I have done this, not all the time, where I feel like I have my glass half full because of certain situations. I look at it that way because I don't want to be disappointed because of that situation. And I had to like work on myself to stop doing this. So if you take out negativity and disconnect from them, embrace self-care. Self-care can be reading some good books, sleeping, going for a walk, watching programs that will enrich you, meditation, yoga, going for a run, spending time with people that will not bring you any negative energy. Going to a spa if you can afford them, just sitting down and not doing anything, actually, drinking water. There's so many things. It can be you on a free day, go into the shower, take your time, shower, and pick up your good creams and all of these things and just moisturize and luxuriate. I do this. I do it. Sometimes I just will buy snacks that I like, that are healthy, and just eat them and watch a good TV. There's so many ways. It can be like going for a manicure and pedicure. It can be going on holiday if you have the money. It can be going to a zoo, to a park, a library, to somewhere, museum. There's so many things to do to take care of your mental well-being and just remove yourself from that negative energy. So many things. Can we talk about community and collective joy? The role of queer friendships and chosen family in fostering happiness. My dear, this is one of the biggest. It's important. It's something that you need to do. If you don't have queer friends that you can trust and community, you are lagging. You need to do something about this. You need to find a community where you can go to and hang out with people like you and speak with them, be friends with them. This can help you. I have said this. I have my chosen family. I have my support system and all of these things. And I have my friends. I have people in my life. That is something that I wish for everyone that is queer, that is gay, that is LGBTQIA+. That is something that I wish for you because we need it. We need it. Let me tell you, representation of joyful queer experiences will help future generation. Because when I was younger, there was nobody to look at. Now, there's a lot of people for queer people to look at, especially on social media. This will help the generations to come to see that it's okay to be queer. It is okay to be gay. It is okay to be a lesbian. It is okay to be a trans woman. It is okay to be all of these things. So this will help the future generation. Let me tell you, there's a lot of queer icons and trailblazers. Laverne Cox, RuPaul, and people like this, to name a few. I'm going to pause here for you to listen to the conversations that I had with my man, and then I will come back. Okay, listen to it, listen to the conversations because he is amazing. The conversation, I have these conversations with him all the time. So listen to it and then come back.
Thank you so much, baby, for joining me as always. Thank you so much for joining me. And why are you laughing?
Shall I cry?
I don't know, because you're not taking me seriously.
I do take you seriously.
I'm sweating now because of you.
Yeah, just blame it all on others.
Thank you on a more serious note. Thank you so much for always joining me, because you are the best. You do want this to be done. You are very supportive. You just will be like, whatever it is, you're going to be there. You give me the best advice. Thank you. I have been dealing with homophobia literally all my life, but it became more apparent to me when everyone that is related to me and friends happened to start knowing that I'm gay. And I'm just going to go into the fact that there are people who I know and friends and relatives who are homophobic, who are homophobes. But I'm just going to talk about homophobia amongst the queer community, the LGBTQIA plus community, that a lot of people forget to actually look at or speak about.
Yeah, I think it's because it's the hardest thing to see, your own homophobia. You always think because you are a homosexual, you can only be on the receiving end of homophobia. But no, the really crazy stuff, and that is really the crazy stuff, is that most gay people are homophobes themselves. Or let's put it like that, they have internalized homophobia. It's like they treat other gay people in a way where with some it's really blatant. It comes really out of them, how they treat, like, let's say, very effeminate gay people. Why is it that if you are like straight looking,
In quotes,
it's the good thing to be, and effeminate not? Why is that? Oh God, I don't even know where to begin with this thing. The hard part is to see it by yourself. Your own homophobia.
I'm going to start with myself, actually, now that you said it, the worst thing is to see it by yourself. So as someone who grew up in Nigeria, was raised Catholic, was around older people who have spoken ill things. I grew up in Kano. I went to primary school in Kano. There's something we call Yandawudu. So it's men who are effeminate, and some of them are in businesses where they cook, they do all of these things. Obviously, I've always known all my life that I'm gay. So you hear some of these things, like my older brother will say some weird shit. Some of my uncles and friends and people will say horrible things. What I then started to do was I started to pick up those things. This is just 1% of the whole story. I started feeling like I shouldn't express myself. I shouldn't be who I am. I should try as much as possible not to like the things that I liked. And even when women are around me, because I've always loved fashion, it's weird. Should I say it's weird? I don't know. I've always loved fashion. So I will be like, oh, auntie, I like your clothes, blah, blah, blah. I stopped doing those things because I always associated those things to the things that they will call the things that women loved and liked. So I grew up like this, and it became a problem for me going through secondary school, through university. But what I did know was that it made me feel horrible. It made me feel like I shouldn't be the person that I am. So whatever it is that will make any human being ever to know that I'm gay, I should try as much as possible to suppress those things. Even from the way I acted, the movies that I watched, the books that I read, the people that I hung out with, and things like this.
Yeah, but that is like homophobia internalized towards yourself.
Yeah.
But have you ever judged other people, like other gay people?
I'm coming to that. So I was just saying personally. So then, what I then started to see, so if someone is like girly, or they are doing too much, in quotes, it'll be fine with me. But the problem I then have is me being around them. Because now, by association, which means that I'm gay. I then moved to Manchester. I remember, I've told you this before, there was a man I was chatting to. I was chatting to him, and he kept pestering me. I like you, blah, 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 come and see me. And he was telling me all of these things. Oh, that's too gay. If you use moisturizers, that's too gay. If you do this, that's too gay. If you're this, that's too gay. I hope you're manly. I love a manly man. I almost did not go to see him. So I said I was going to go and see him one evening when I finished work. So I went to see him. He was just what he was explaining. He was everything he was saying he doesn't want. He was fighting with internalized homophobia. Someone said to me day before yesterday, he lives in Nigeria, a friend of mine, was like, that literally, you're just dancing naked in the market. Your nyansh is open for everyone to see, and I don't like that. You should stop doing that. Why is it that yours is different? And I was trying as much as possible to explain to this individual.
Is this a gay friend of yours, or is it a straight friend?
He's gay.
So it's his homophobia.
Yeah, he's gay. And the worst part of it is that he's married with children. He's not bisexual. He's gay. It's not my business. I'm not judging, but it's just like, it's weird for him to say that. I have had a few people who have said to me that I'm doing too much, that are gay people, that it makes them uncomfortable, that I shouldn't be myself authentically. Why don't I just hide and just live my life and be gay privately?
Yeah, but that's what the straight majority wants.
Yeah, I have my internalized homophobia, but not in the sense that I wouldn't be around gay people. It was in the sense that I just would be around someone that is flamboyant and everyone will know that I'm gay. That's why you will see friends who will say to you, I feel uncomfortable now because you are too much. I don't want to see all of these things. It's making me uncomfortable. But whether we like it or not, almost 80% of LGBTQIA plus individuals fight with some sort of internalized homophobia.
So you would say that you have never discriminated outside, but you have limited yourself
Because of internalized homophobia. Yes.
Internalized homophobia.
Yeah, and that has affected even my work life, even my friendships, even the way I relate to people. And that makes me mad. A lot of gay people have this problem. Once you're doing something, they're like, why do you have to be too much? Or it's too much? Are you a queen? They forget that there are different versions of queer people.
It's a rainbow.
Have you experienced any internalized homophobia from friends, relatives?
No, of course. I mean, growing up in the 70s and 80s, of course you have it. Like you said, you hear it from older cousins and uncles and their friends and how they talk, because they don't know you're gay. And they just talk. And it's horrible. It makes you feel horrible. And then hearing this day in, day out, you start to believe it yourself.
And you start to think that it's wrong, that you're wrong.
That you are wrong and they are right. As a kid, when you start realizing you're gay, you bend backwards and deform yourself so badly that the rest of your life you try to unbend and straighten up again and to become the person you are. And that's the thing that makes me the most angry, that I had not the chance to be who I am from the beginning. That this was stolen from me. That all these years were stolen from me just because I was told by stupid idiots. They didn't even know they were talking to me because they didn't know I was gay. I was told by stupid idiots what's good and what's not good. What's okay, it's not okay. And since it is so long back, it's so deep rooted and it's such a hard work to
unlearn that.
And it really, I should stop here now because it really makes me angry still.
Yeah.
The first time I saw two guys kissing on TV, I was horrified. I was so uncomfortable.
Because you were made not to see it as normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just a tiny bit of it. And then from there, you slowly, year after year after year, you try to work yourself out of it.
This is why I love programs like Hot Stopper and Sex Education.
But now they're soon going to be forbidden in America.
They won't show them in America.
The way they're going.
Oh, okay. The same thing that happened to you happened to me the first time I ever saw men kiss. Because I've never seen two men kiss on TV. Those things are no longer uncomfortable for me. I feel like this is something that needs to be said, that whatever it is that you learn in life, you can unlearn those things.
Absolutely. There's only one abnormal thing, and it is if it's not consensual.
Correct.
Anything goes as long as it is consensual. And of course, with minors, it can never be consensual because they're not adults and are not at the point to make a decision.
Correct.
That's an easy way to go by. As long as it is consensual, it might not be my cup of tea. It might not be what I like. But as long as you enjoy yourself and if you two adults agreeing on it, have fun with it.
I'm just going to say this. If you are LGBTQIA+, you are queer, there's no need to have any internalized homophobia. Stop being homophobic amongst each other. I'm saying this because we have internalized nonsense and that's not okay. I have been in places where people have spoken things that are not nice towards other queer people, and that's not okay. Do you have any other thing to say, baby?
Yeah, the dignity of human beings is untouchable.
Thank you so much. Thank you, baby, for always being here with me. I love you.
I love you too.
Love you so much.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I hope you did. I am going to say something to you here. Remember, there is joy in who you are. There is resilience. You are strong. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are valid. Find the right community for yourself. Find the right people. As I was saying, I am on every social media platform. This podcast has a YouTube channel with the same name. I have a YouTube channel as well. You can write in if you want to write in. Write in anonymously to info@myownKindOfRunway.com about any questions you might have about your queerness and things like this, and I will read it on this podcast anonymously. Okay, I am my own kind of runway on every platform. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. My website is www.myownKindOfRunway.com. Yes, my Facebook is my own kind of runway as well. I'm on Blue Sky as well as my own kind of runway. Okay, so Make sure that you share the episode. God, what's wrong with me? Make sure that you share the episode to your friends. Share your queer joy experience and things like this. I'm just going to remind you that happiness is not just for some. It is for all of us. Happiness is not just for some people. It is for all of us. We deserve joy. We deserve joy. We deserve happiness. We deserve everything that is good. We deserve everything that is good. I am going to leave you here. Reflect on yourself. Love yourself. Don't allow anybody to make you small. Please do not allow anybody to make you small. Remember that there is power in community. Who you are is spiritually powerful. You are unique. You are amazing. We are born this way. We are born this way. Love is love. I am who I am. You are who you are. Who you are is not wrong. Live your life unapologetically. Express yourself in the best way possible that makes you happy. As I continue to say and always say, you don't have to come out, but be and make peace with who you are. I have been Charles. I will see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful time. We love us for real. Bye for now.